As waves of voter discontent swept the country, Mark Kirk found himself in an enviable position in Illinois politics, a Republican with a record of moderate views and an exemplary record of military service.
I stand as a Republican centrist, a fiscal conservative, a social moderate, and a national security hawk.
But in the race to fill President Barack Obama's former Senate seat, Kirk has proved to be his own worst enemy. His inconsistent statements about his time in Kosovo and Iraq, Kirk claimed he came under fire, opened the door for ALEXI GIANNOULIAS, a former state treasurer. As in races across the country, the airwaves here have been filled with sharp attacks.
Mark Kirk lied about going to war, opposed middle-class tax cuts.
Mark Kirk's lies are finally going to catch up with him.
He's not a leader. He's a liar. I would not trust him with my left shoe.
GIANNOULIAS has his own vulnerabilities. He's been dogged by allegations that his family's now defunct bank, where he was a senior loan officer, lent money to notorious criminals.
What do you call someone who lent $20 million to convicted felons and mobsters? Senior loan officer ALEXI GIANNOULIAS.
Going into Election Day, the two are neck and neck in the polls.
This nation is at a crossroads. And that's why all of you being here is so incredibly important. That's why all of you voting early is so incredibly important.
Political analyst THOM says a GIANNOULIAS win would be big for reeling Democrats.
There would be a shot to the solar plexus if this seat went to the Republicans. And more importantly, this is the setup to 2012. President Obama doesn't want to spend a lot of money in his home state in the 2012 re-election effort. And if this state is being run by a Republican, and also a Republican U.S. Senator, that makes it a lot more difficult for him.
In a complicated quirk of election law, voters here in Illinois will actually mark their ballot in the U.S. Senate race twice. One vote decides who will get the next 6-year term. The second vote is a special election to decide who will sit for the remaining 2 months of the term originally won by President Obama in 2004. Ousted Governor Rod Blagojevich appointed Senator Roland Burris to the seat. That appointment is set to expire. While it's most likely the same candidate will win both votes, there are no certainties in this wild election season. Jason BRONIS, The Associated Press, Chicago.